Okay, guys, the first thing we're going to do today is work with some parallel lines. So all I want you to do for this first one is to set up an equation, solve for x, and then also find the angle measure for angle B. So as you can see, since I have parallel lines, I can slide B down to right beside angle A. Therefore, they are a linear pair. They make a straight line, so you add them to 180. Then you plug it into angle B, you should get 114. Go ahead and do the same thing for letter B. Okay, and letter B, angle B actually slides right down to angle A. Therefore, they are the same angle, and so they are set equal to each other. So we should get 18 for X and 166 for angle B. Go ahead and do angle C, or letter C. And for the last one here, angle A would slide down to be vertical to angle B. So they would be equal to each other. You solve, you should get x equals 8. Plug it back in, you should get angle B equals 80 degrees. All right, for this next part, fill out the following figures. When is the only time we can slide angles if the lines are parallel? Lines are parallel. How many degrees are in a triangle? 180. All right, what I want you to do is use those two concepts to figure out these missing angle measures. And in letter B here, you're going to try to get to the question mark. Okay, for this next one here, I saw that 55 was vertical to angle 2. So you can make that 55. I subtracted 70 and 55 from 180 to get 55, 180 degrees in a triangle. And then I subtracted 55 from 180 to get 125 because that makes a straight line. These three angles here make a triangle, so I can subtract 30, which is supplementary to 150, and 55 from 180 to get 95. Now go ahead and try to find the question mark here. And I see 80 degrees vertical would go here. Okay, I have 180 degrees in a triangle, so I can go 180 minus 70 minus 80. So that'd be 150, which would give me 30 degrees. Boom. These three here make a straight line, so that would be 180. Which would give me 75 again. 180 degrees in a triangle. Which would give me 43. Subtract that from 180 because that makes a straight line. So it would be 180 minus 43, which would give me 137. There we go. And the last part here, I'm going to have you guys, we have two sets of parallel lines. You're going to slide and just set up an equation and solve for x. Okay, for this first one here, you can slide. This would go to the bottom right here, and then it would be to the right over here, so they'd make a straight line. 180 should x equals 5. The second one here, you should get slide, and you should get vertical angles, and then x equals 20. So you'd set those equal to each other. All right, for this last part here, I'm wondering, find all the angle measures. So in letter C here, we should be able to figure out with what these lines mean, what each individual angle is. So what do you think? Okay, so since I have three sides, three angles are equal, so I just go 180 divided by 3, which means each one of these is 60 degrees. Okay, now that I have an isosceles triangle here, I know that I now have two angles that are equal, and to figure out which ones those are, I can draw a line of symmetry, just like through here. Okay, which means these two are going to be exactly the same. So anytime you see isosceles, you can split and then you'd have your line of symmetry. You'd ask yourself, okay, which one would fold onto the other? So since I know this is 90, I can go 180 or minus 90, which leaves me 90 degrees. Since these are even, I can divide that by 2 to get 45 degrees each. 45, 45. Again, the key here is finding your line of symmetry. So if I draw it on letter E here, okay, I need this line, this 7 centimeters, to fold up on the other 7 centimeters. So I can draw the line straight through here. Okay, these two would be equal, these two angles, x and x, they would be equal. So I can go, since I know one is 50 degrees, I can go 180 minus 50, which is 130. Then whatever is left over is split evenly by 2, or 2 different angles. So I can divide by 2 and get 65 for each one of those. All right, and then for the last one here, if I go ahead and draw my line of symmetry, I need this 4 to line up on the 4. So it would have to go here, which this is different than letter E because I didn't know either one of these angles that folded. But I do know 56 now, so that 56 would fold right over here. Then to figure out what angle X is, I just go 180 minus 56 minus 56. Get 68 degrees. All right, now go ahead and do letter G and letter H. Okay, so this one, line of symmetry, right down the middle. You flip the 55s over as a line of reflection, or actually you flip the x's over, and then you go 180 minus 70 equals 110. Divide by 2 because those are even, be 55 degrees for both of those. Go ahead and do letter H. Okay, and then for the last one here, if you draw your line of symmetry, the x would flip down there and fold over, so you'd have two that are equal. You do 180 minus 88 divided by 2, which is 48 degrees.